Though a relatively short experience, Keeper is the type of adventure only possible in video games. It's a wonderfully inventive and beautiful odyssey centered on an unlikely companionship. Every frame is a painting in Keeper, literally, and I've no doubt that the way the game looks will dominate most of the discussion surrounding it. History has taught me visuals will only ever get you so far, however, hence why I was pleased to discover an equally as charming and wildly inventive puzzle adventure underneath Keeper's surrealist exterior. This so easily could have been a case of a studio hoping to wow players with visuals at the cost of embedding any heart, emotion, or mechanical complexity. Luckily, doing so isn't Double Fine's style, and with Keeper it's delivered the whole package. Because while venturing through mostly linear events and puzzles offers little actual challenge, Keeper is a short and sweet artistic odyssey that everyone should play at least once. Much like its title suggests, Keeper casts you as a lighthouse with some very anthropomorphic qualities. Imbued with life thanks to the help of a sly, high-flying bird, Twig, the two of you embark on a dazzling and wonder-filled adventure in the hopes of helping her reach her final destination. In lesser hands, Keeper could have been exactly that, a game where you play as a quirky lighthouse and his feathered companion while exploring and completing a series of increasingly intricate puzzles and platforming challenges. Believe me when I say that this core concept is merely used as a base that Double Fine then finds infinite ways to expand upon. By the time credits rolled, I couldn't believe the sheer variety and creativity found in what I just experienced. I'm aware that such highfalutin praise is at risk of sounding hyperbolic, especially for players like myself who, even after seeing the way Double Fine marketed this game, expected nothing more than a fun but fleeting cinematic adventure complete with the studio's quirky sense of storytelling. What starts off as one thing, though, quickly becomes something very different by the end, and it's this element of surprise that made Keeper even more of a joy to poke around and prod through. I'd recommend everyone go in unsullied if they can. Getting into the game proper, to the extent that I'm able to, anyway, and despite the undeniably awkward shape of a lighthouse's structure, Keeper handles like a dream. Not 2 minutes after sprouting a pair of legs and learning how to cast the light of my lamp a full 360 degrees, was I clambering over rock ledges, dashing through gooey barrier obstacles, and commanding Twig where to next perch herself so as to continue through the correct path of the level. Most areas largely being linear helps stave off any chance of getting stuck, or struggling to work out where to go or what to engage with next. In a wordless game like this, hitting a wall like that would have been frustrating, yet this barely ever happened to me once in Keeper, and all this is despite the inherent busyness of each level's visuals. Regardless of whatever I was asked to do next, at every turn I found myself flabbergasted by how much I came to care about the relationship between this mischievous bird and faceless lighthouse. Double Fine being Double Fine, the studio has found several ingenious workarounds and techniques to make the pair more humanized than a lot of fully voice-acted and mocapped characters in a lot of other AAA games these days. Whether it's the slight dipping of the lighthouse's eye-like lamp to symbolize frustration or fear, or the way Twig will peck against it to emphasize urgency, Keeper finds impossible ways to tell a heartfelt story without words or even proper faces, and it's impressive. Similarly remarkable is a twist that occurs roughly a third of the way into the game, something that I wasn't expecting or prepared for, and so equally don't want to spoil it here in my review. Simply put, Keeper isn't the game that most people probably think it is, at least for the most part. It's a game much bolder and much more ambitious. All I'll say is that there's a lot more to what you're asked to do than simply directing your light somewhere specific, either to cause chain reactions, reveal hidden pathways, or guide Twig. Puzzles don't merely stay boxed into one specific category and have a habit of evolving gradually. Several times while playing Keeper's later sections did games like Dredge, Metroid Prime, and even 1998's Cooler World, of all things, come to my mind. Without giving anything away, this little lighthouse undergoes quite the transformation. Holding all this mechanical innovation together, of course, is one of the most gorgeous and unique art styles ever presented in a video game. Heavily inspired by the work of surrealist painters such as Salvador Dali and Max Ernst, playing through Keeper never fails to feel like wandering through a painting in motion, complete with vibrant colours and countless picturesque landscapes. I particularly like the decision to include smudges and blotches purposely and have them appear in many other worlds, textures and environments. They work to give Keeper a lovely handcrafted feel, and had me thinking that what I was seeing could have easily been rendered in claymation. You can tell that Keeper was directed by an artist first and foremost, as scenes are beautiful at every turn. Keeper comfortably overcomes any risk of relying too much on its visuals by lending all its elements an artistic and therefore inventive eye rather than just one. I went in with absolutely no expectations other than I know that Double Fine makes great games, yet by the end I came away thinking that the studio, even coming off the back of Psychonauts 2, has again found a way to outdo itself, albeit this time on a smaller scale. Part of the fun in realising why Double Fine's latest is so special is due to the sheer element of surprise, where you slowly start to work out what style of game it is that you're actually playing. For the most part, Keeper is an amazing puzzle-fueled adventure with a simple yet heartfelt story to tell, and it pulls out all the stops doing so. In every sense, Keeper is an artistic achievement. We at All Out Gaming give Keeper a 5 out of 5. So there you have it guys, in terms of our full Keeper review. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave it a like and consider subscribing to the All Out Gaming YouTube channel to stay up to date with even more videos like this. Until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.